Good afternoon. We are the SOAP pilots from Marvell to present SONiC Feature Navigator. A common question we get every other day from prospective customers evaluating SONiC is a given feature supported in SONiC? And if so, in which version of SONiC? For example, is EVPN supported? Or is Q&Q supported? The next most common question, is a feature supported in a given SONiC platform? For example, is it supported in Marvell platforms? Or is it supported in Broadcom platforms? There are an ever-increasing number of SONiC distributions. Now, when do we call a given distribution as SONiC conformant? A tool could help standardize such a conformance evaluation. SOAPilot is our answer to the questions asked so far. SOAPilot answers natural language questions about a given SONiC platform's capabilities. Say a network architect is evaluating the migration from GNOS to a specific SONiC platform. SOAPilot gives granular information about the SONiC platform support for the features in GNOS. Now, let us see how all of this works. We first create a CLI in SONiC that standardizes platform capability reporting. Next, we include this report generation as a part of the SONiC conformance certification process. Lastly, we create a GenAI tool that uses the above platform capability reports to answer natural language questions about equivalent SONiC features and support in a given platform. Now, a background on why we created this new CLI. The CLI not just eases platform capability reporting, but it also makes the report format uniform across vendors. And we achieve this by extending SONiC to use the standard SAI capability query interfaces. Now let's see how the CLI works. SyncD uses the SAI capability query APIs to discover the platform's capability and populates a state DB. The CLI then dumps the state DB information to the user. Now let us see how SOAPilot operates. When a user sends a natural language query to SOAPilot, SOAPilot calls a LLM to translate it to equivalent SONiC configuration. This SONiC configuration is correlated with the platform capability reports and then sent to the user in human readable format. Time for our demos.
The first feature we're going to show is the show capability CLI command. The show capability command allows the user to learn the feature capability of the current vendor it is being run on. Without any arguments, it will list all the features and the SAI attributes associated with that feature. It will list its level of support and a short description describing what this attribute does. You can also supply it with an argument of a specific feature name, such as CostMap, and will only show the attributes associated with that feature. If desired, the user can also use the -s option in order to search based on SAI attribute name, and will supply the user with the information of that attribute. Finally, you can also output this information into JSON format using the -j option. And this is used for our new tool, SOAPilot.
SOAPilot is a generative AI tool which we have designed to compare and convert any black box NAS CLI or configuration to SONiC NAS configurations. For example, to get an equivalent SONiC config for GNOS set drop profile, query the SOAPilot with the same. It would produce equivalent SONiC config, which is a WLF profile. Also, the SOAPilot passes the reports generated by SOAP capability CLI and produces platform level detailed capability and compares it with other platforms. This will be very much useful in knowing each vendor's capability for use case evaluations.
Let us conclude with the benefits. For operators, SOAPilot simplifies the task of evaluating SONiC platforms. It also helps in porting from non-SONiC platform to SONiC. For platform vendors, SOAPilot helps easy responses to RFPs and minimizes the customer tickets created. And lastly, it can formalize SONiC conformance reporting, and it can also improve SONiC user experience by bridging the gaps caused by missing SONiC documentation. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Marvell, you have anything else to add?
No, and that's good. Yeah, that's
Okay. All right. Judges, any questions to Marvell?
Yeah, this Prince here. I have one question. So, is this also checking the SONiC OS support, or it's only the SI support? Like, for example, a feature require both SONiC side implementation and the platform capability, right? So,
this Prince, what we are doing is right. The current way the tool is operating is given a SONiC configurations. What it does is if a user creates an LLM query, just creates a freeform query about a Junos CLI, it uses LLM to get the SONiC configuration. And the examples we see WRED, ESIN, etc. Right. Once we get it, we do a grep on the SONiC code to get the attributes that SONiC uses.
I see.
And,
Okay, so
yeah.
it's actually checking whether the end-to-end SONiC support is available.
Yeah, but not be 90%. What is some things that are missing is 90% will cover, but sometimes what could be happening is SONiC doesn't have a config DB path for it, but just uses the attribute in the org agent with some default values, hard-coded values, right? So those things we have not yet identified yet, but I think those are the next steps what we should do.
Okay, yeah, that clarifies. And also I have one other question. So when we want to query for the equivalent SONiC commands, does it also give, let's say, for Juno's route maps, what is the equivalent command on SONiC, like using FRR, or it's mainly the SONiC CLI command?
So for what we tried was SONiC CLI command, but I think it's the LLM. I think it should be able to FRR also, right? It depends on the prompt. If we can just maybe tune some more, right? Saying that for FRR, it should be able to pick up. Right now, I think when they say SONiC, it just looks at the SONiC config guides, right? SONiC guides.
Okay.
Maybe you have to tune it with saying FRR.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the main question we always used to get. Yeah. That's why I asked. Yeah.
Hey, Ravi. I have two questions. One is like this feature navigator is predominantly SAI attribute based queries, right now in the demo. Basically, the anchoring query is based on the SAI attributes, not based on the actual OS features, right?
No, the anchoring query is from the Junos or something, right? A traditional NOS CLI. What we're thinking is a user new to SONiC would not even know the SAI attributes, underlying SAI attributes, right? So the anchoring query is not SAI attributes. That's why it's all human readable format. The end input, whatever user gives the input and the output will not be in terms of SAI attributes, but a human description of the SAI attributes.
Okay. My second question is this is natural language processing. So is any agent running on the SONiC switch?
There's no agent running, right? So the way we did this, right? We extracted all the capability reporting, which vendor NOS should do, right? As a part of some, let's say, a conformance program, every vendor exports the data, whatever the reports are, right? Whatever the platform capability for all the SONiC SAI attributes, SAI related attributes, export in a report. Now, that's all we do on the box. That's all, nothing else is running on the switch. The SOPilot tool itself, what we are running, it runs locally. All it does is, it reads the dumped reports, platform capability reports to answer the queries.
Okay, this is off of the switch. It's running
off the switch. Yeah. Second part is off of the switch. The first part is in the switch. It generates a report and that's it. Then we no longer need to have the devices, right? So if there's an operator who wants to evaluate, right, he doesn't need to go and buy those switches. He can just use the tool offline to evaluate the switches.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Fanny.
All right. Thank you, Marvell.
Thanks all. Thank you.
Thank you so much.